Hey everyone, in this video you will learn how you can automate your whole business process right from taking the orders to receiving the payments from your customers using Google Forms, Google Docs, Google Sheets and Gmail applications. So this will be the flow of this automation, guys. Here we are using Google Forms to take orders from your customers. So we are connecting Google Forms as our trigger application, and the trigger event is the form submission. So as and when you are going to receive the order from Google Form, the action towards that trigger event would be to create an invoice in Google Docs application, and then the same invoice will be shared from your Google Drive in PDF format, and a confirmation email will be delivered along with the payment link to your customer automatically. So all this is going to happen automatically with the help of our automation. So you can set up this automation very easily without any coding or programming and can save immense amount of your time and manual efforts. Let me show you how. So guys, first of all, you need to reach this link pabbly.com/connect. We have pasted the same link in the description as well. From here, you can set up your free Pabbly Connect account by clicking on the sign up free button, and you will get free automation task to test your automation. Okay. So sign up, then log in to reach here on this dashboard of Pabbly Connect. Here you have to create a workflow of automation. For that, just click on this create workflow button, and here you can give any suitable name to your workflow. So I am giving the name as automate your business or business automation using Google applications. Right, so after giving the name like this, you just have to click on this create button, and you can see your workflow page started loading up here. And this is the workflow page. Here you will find the building blocks of this automation, which are trigger and the action. So here trigger is that event which is going to trigger this workflow. So it is saying when this happens, and action is the response towards the trigger. It will make Pabbly Connect perform any action. Okay. So here in the trigger, we are going to connect the form first by which we are taking the order. That is the first step for any business, that first of all we are going to take orders from the customer. So as the order has been received, I want that this workflow should trigger and run in the background and do our work. So here select the trigger application as Google Forms. Google Forms, where it is? Here is Google Forms selected. And in the trigger event, select this new response received option. Okay. So with the help of these instructions and this webhook URL, we are going to make a connection with our form. After that, we are going to capture the response of that connection. So let me show you my form. This is the form I have created for medicines business. I just have taken the example of medicines. You can create this form for any kind of business using Google Forms application. So here we have attached a spreadsheet with this form to collect the responses or the orders from the customers. So this is a spreadsheet. Let me show you. This is a spreadsheet I have connected with this form named as medicine order form final. Okay. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to make a connection. So by reading the instructions, you can do that. Let me show you directly how you can do that. So guys, I have opened my same form in incognito mode also, because when you connect Google Forms or Google Spreadsheets with Pabbly Connect, and if you are using multiple Google accounts, there can be some issues in connection. So it is better to open your form or your sheet in incognito window, right? And here, this is my collection spreadsheet in which I am collecting the responses from the form. So guys, here what you have to do in this spreadsheet, you have to click on extensions, and you will find this add-ons option. From here, click on get add-ons, and you have to install an add-on here from Google Workspace Marketplace. Search for Pabbly Connect webhooks add-on, Pabbly Connect webhooks. Okay, and you have to install this add-on here. So it will just take 2 minutes to install it. As you can see, as I have already installed it, so I do not need to install it again. But once you install it, you have to refresh your spreadsheet. This is an important step. After installing Pabbly Connect Webhooks add-on, refresh the spreadsheet, and after refreshing, when you click on extensions, you will find Pabbly Connect Webhooks option available here in the drop down only. So from here, you have to click on initial setup, and under initial setup, you will find two fields here. First is the webhook URL field and the trigger column field. So in the webhook URL field, you have to paste this webhook URL that you got here in the workflow. You have to copy this and paste it here in the initial setup webhook URL field. And in the trigger column field, you have to mention the name of the final data entry column that you have in your spreadsheet. So final data entry column means the column in which when you enter the data that is going to trigger the workflow, that is called final data entry column. So our H column is the final data entry column. So as the data submitted here in this H column, the workflow will be triggered. So H our final data entry column. So first let me copy this webhook URL from my workflow, guys. Just click on copy from here. Go back to the spreadsheet, extensions, Pabbly Connect Webhooks, initial setup. All right, and here a webhook is already pasted. Let me remove this and let me paste this new webhook URL. And the trigger column is our H column only. Okay, and here you can see as I have copied this webhook URL, it started showing waiting for the webhook's response. This means our workflow started listening to the data. And now what we are going to do, we are going to capture the data of the form response that we have in our spreadsheet here in this workflow. So that will act as a test data for us to set up this automation further. Okay, so here you can see we have this send test button in this initial setup. So guys, when you click on this send test button, the data of the first row or the first response that you have collected in this spreadsheet will be delivered to your workflow as the test data. Okay, let me show you. I am clicking on send test here, and you can see it is written here test data sent successfully. Okay, and this is the data that is sent. Let me show you in my workflow. Here you can see in this response section we got the data. The full name is showing demo person, the phone number, the email address, and all the things that we have in our spreadsheet. You can see here got collected here in the workflow, right? So according to the form, we have received the medicine's name, we have received the address of the person, we have received the email address of the customer, we have received the quantity ordered. Okay, so that these are the things that we have asked from our customer via this form: full name, phone number, email address, medicine name, mode of payment, and the quantity. And these are all the things that we have received here, you can see, right? And that's how we can capture the test data. Now go back to your spreadsheet, and from this initial setup, click on submit. So we are done making the connection. Now we have to do one thing more here. Click on extensions, and from this Pabbly Connect Webhooks option, check this send on event button also. Check send on event option. So when you check send on event option, what will happen? Whenever there is a new response in this spreadsheet, the workflow will be triggered and your workflow will run. Okay. Now guys, what I want after taking the order, I want that invoice will be created automatically using my Google Docs application. So in Google Docs, I have created a template of invoice. Here you can see in this template, I have created this kind of invoice. You can create your invoices or bills accordingly. I am just showing you the demo. And in this invoice, you can see we have this order number here in double curly braces, name of the customer, medicine's name, quantity, price, total value, email addresses, date. So I have put these things in double curly braces here. So this means these are the variable tags I have added here. So this means these are the things which are going to change with every new invoice. With every new invoice, the customer's name, the order number, the medicines, the quantity, the price, the total, everything is going to change. Okay, so that's how you have to create a template with these variable tags. Okay, now here you can see we have this price and total fields here. Here I want to mention the unit price of the medicine and the total price according to the quantity. So to place these values here, we have to calculate these values. So guys, to calculate these total prices, we are going to use this data that we have received in our workflow. But guys, here you can see we have just received the quantity and the product's name. We do not have the price mentioned here anywhere. But we do have the price list here in my spreadsheet. You can see in this spreadsheet, here I am collecting responses, and here I have another sheet named as price list. So here I have the list of the prices of these medicines. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, I'm going to use a feature of Pabbly Connect which is called Lookup Table, and with the help of Lookup Table we are going to create a table by which you can create labels like the quantities and their prices, and you can pass those labels later on in next steps. Okay, let me show you what exactly I mean to say this. Here search for lookup table module, lookup table. Okay, and the action event select lookup table only, then click on connect, and here it is asking for the lookup key, the fallback value, and here you can create labels and pass on values. Okay, so guys, what I want here, first of all let me show you how to create labels. I want to pass the values of the medicines and their prices. Just like I have entered the data here, I want to create same entries here. So here you can just put the name of the medicine like this. I have Corflam. Okay, and here in the value you can put the price like this. Okay, then you can add another column or row here by clicking on this plus icon, and here it will create another label. Here I am going to mention another medicine's name. Just copy this value from here, put the value here, and then put the price. What is the price? 110. Okay, similarly I am going to create two more labels because we have given 4 options here in our form. We have 4 options here. So next medicine is this Novamax. So guys, here you can see I have created this a kind of table here in which in the first column I have mentioned the medicines names label, and here are the values of the price of these medicines. Okay, and here now what I'm going to do here, it is asking for the lookup key. So it is asking which value you want to look up for from this table that you have created. So I want to look up for this medicine whose name we have received here in the first step. So here I am going to look up for this medicine's name, aspirin 5 mg. Okay, and here I am going to look up for this value from this table. Okay, so we do not have the name of this medicine here, so let me create another label. I am clicking on plus icon. So guys, I have created another label here and put the price. Now let's look up for this value here in the lookup key field. Just click here and it will show you the previous step in the drop down, that is the trigger step. And when you click on it, it will show you all the data that you have received in the first step. So from here I'm mapping the medicine's name, and let's search for this value here in our lookup table. So I'm clicking on save and send test request. And here you can see we got this result label in which it is showing you the medicine's name and the result value in which we got the price. Now we got the respective medicine's name and the price according to our form submission. Now what we can do, we can calculate the total amount by multiplying this price with the quantity we have received here in the first step. Okay, so to multiply that, what we are going to do, just click here on this plus icon, and from another action step I'm going to use number formatter feature of Pabbly Connect. Search for number formatter and in the action event we have this perform math operation. So you can perform mathematical operation by this, select it. Okay, then click on connect, And here it is asking for the numbers on which you want to perform the mathematical operation. So guys, I am going to map this result value in which we got the price of this medicine and the quantity label from the first step. So to map the data, just click here, and from the first step map the quantity label, then put a comma, and from this lookup table step map the result value label. Okay, and then select the operation as multiply. Okay, and then click on save and send test request. And here you can see in the result label we got the total amount, okay, multiplied. Now we can use this data to put the value here in your invoice in the total field. Now guys, it is time to create the invoice, to generate the invoice from our template, and for that just click here on this plus icon, and from this action step search for Google Docs application. Here is Google Docs, and in the action event you have to select create document from template option, then click on connect, and from here select add new connection. If you're making the connection with Google Docs for the very first time, select this option, and this connection that you're making here by selecting new connection option is going to be saved in your account. So if you want to make the connection again in future, you can use the saved connections also by selecting the existing connection option. All right. Right now, let me show you this process. Just click on connect with Google Docs. So from this window, you have to select that Google account by which you have created that template. Okay. Then you have to provide some additional access to Pabbly Connect. So just click on continue from here, and you can see we are getting connected. All right. So we are now connected, and here it is asking for the template document's name. So guys, this is my template document. The name is invoice medicine template. So I'm going to select this template's name from this list. Okay, here you can see all the documents that you have in Google Docs. From here I'm selecting this one, the medicine invoice template. Okay, and here it is asking for new document's name and the new document's location. So guys, from this location field you have to select that Google Drive's folder in which you want to save this created invoice. So guys, this is my Google Drive, and here I have this med invoices named folder. So here I want to save the newly created invoices. Okay, and so I'm going to select this med invoices folder from this folders list. Okay, and to give a name to this newly created invoice, I'm going to use the data of the customer. So from this first step I'm going to map the person's name. Okay, and here I'm going to put the name as this person's name and an underscore and invoice. So on this name the invoice will be created. Now it is asking for the order number, name, medicine, quantity, price, total, email, address, and date. What are these things? These are nothing but the variable tags that you have placed in your invoice. Okay, you can see order number, name, med, quant, price, total. These are the fields that are here. So to get these things changed automatically with every new invoice, we need to map the values of these things here in your workflow. So to map the data, I'm going to use the first step. So for order number, I'm going to use the Google Forms tab, and I'm going to map the sheet ID as the order number, and along with sheet ID, I'm going to place an underscore, and I'm going to map the row index as well. Okay, so to create a unique order number. Now for the name, use the first step only and map the name, and for the medicines, use the first step. This is the medicine's name. For the quantity, use the first step, map the quantity. And for the price now, we are going to use the lookup table step or the number format. No, not the lookup table step. From the lookup table, we have fetched the price. So here is the result value. This is the price of this medicine, map it. And here in the total field, I'm going to use this number formatter step where we have multiplied and got the total value. So map this result label here. For the email, use the same way. The first step. This is not an email. This is the email. For the address, use the first step. And for the date, use the first step only, right? And this is how you can map the values. And guys, we are mapping these values from previous steps because After setting up this automation, whenever you are going to receive any order, these mapped labels are going to be updated automatically, and a new invoice will be created with new details according to the mapped labels. Okay, so to check your connection with Google Docs, you can click on save and send test request, and a new invoice will be created and will be saved here in this mad invoices folder. Let me show you. I'm clicking on save and send test request. So this is the response we have received here. Let's check in our folder in Google Drive, and you can see a new invoice is created here with this name demo person underscore invoice. And let me open this for you. And here you can see, guys, it is showing thank you for your order. The order number is this. In place of this variable tag, we got the order number placed automatically. Hi demo person. Okay, in place of the name tag, we got the name. And you can see in the description, we got the medicine's name, the quantity, the unit price, and the total amount, and all the things are placed here automatically because we have mapped the values of these things here in our workflow. All right. Now, guys, we got this invoice saved in our Google Drive, and I want to share the PDF format of this invoice with my customer. For that to happen, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to click on this plus icon. And here I am going to connect Google Drive now, and with the help of an action event of Google Drive, we are going to create a PDF link of this document that we have created. So search for Google Drive here. Okay. And in the action event, select this share a file with anyone option. Share a file with anyone. Okay. Then click on connect. And from here, select add new connection option. Then click on connect with Google Drive. And from this window, select the Google account by which you have the access of the drive. Okay. And then give the additional access to Pabbly Connect. Just click on continue. And you can see we are connected with the drive now. And here it is asking for the files ID. So guys, here you can see in the previous step where when you have created the document with the help of template, it has given us a document ID here. This is the document ID. So I'm going to map this document ID label here in this step. So just toggle this map button to on first. Okay, then erase this field. And from this fourth or the last step, map the document ID label like this. Okay. Then click on save and send test request, and you will get the shareable links of the file. Here you can see we got these links, and here we have this PDF link also. Let me show you. This is the PDF link of our file or the invoice. Right? Now we can send this link to our customers via email. But before this, what I want to create a payment link for my customer to collect the payment for this medicines that the customer have ordered. For that to happen, just click here on this plus icon, and here I'm going to connect a payment gateway application, which is Razorpay. Okay, so in place of Razorpay, you can select Instamojo or PayPal or Stripe. I'm selecting Razorpay to show you the demo. And in the action event, we have this create payment link option. Select create payment link, then click on connect. And from this window, select add new connection. And here it is asking for the key ID and the key secret of Razorpay. So to get these two things, you need to reach the settings of your Razorpay account. Then you can generate the key. So let me show you my Razorpay account, guys. This is my Razorpay applications dashboard. Here you can see we have this settings option on the bottom left hand side. Under the settings page, we have this API keys tab. Click on API keys, and here you can regenerate a test key for yourself. So click on regenerate test key. Okay, I'm deactivating the old one. And here we got the key ID and the key secret. So you just have to copy this key ID and paste it here. And similarly, copy the key secret, paste it here, right? And click on OK. And from here, click on save, and you will be connected with Razorpay. So we are connected now, and here it is asking for the amount. So here it is asking for the amount of which you want to create the payment link of, and the currency and the type and all these things. So I'm going to use the previous steps. So for the amount, use this number formatter step where you have calculated the total amount. This is the result label, map it. For the currency, so I am residing in India, so my currency is INR, Indian National Rupees. So I'm just copying this INR and pasting it here. You have to find your codes from this list of supported currencies page. Here you can see the codes, and you can just enter the codes here in the currency field. The type of my payment link is link. Okay, here you can provide a description also of which thing you want to collect the payment of. So I am giving the description as payment link for the order of medicines, right? Here you can map the customer's name, the customer's email from the first step, the contact number if you have. All right, so if you want to expand your link, you can select expanded option, or if you want to make it in show more option, you can select show more. Here it is asking a receipts number, so if you want to put a receipt number, you can put it here. These are not compulsory things, so I'm leaving these things blank. So here it is asking for the expiry time stamp of this payment link. So every payment link have some expiration date. So let's say you want that your payment link that you are sending to your customer should be expire in 24 hours. So you want to give the time of 24 hours to your customer to collect the payment. So you have to put the timestamp here. So guys, you can see we have received this data from our form, from the trigger. And in the data from the trigger, you can see we have this timestamp in which we have the time and the date in the value field. Okay, but guys, we want the timestamp in Unix format here. Okay, in Unix format. So to convert this time and date in Unix format, what we are going to do, what we just are going to add some action steps here in between these two steps, or before Razorpay step. Just click here on this plus icon, and from here I'm going to use a feature of Pabbly Connect which is called date time formatter. So guys, we are going to put the timestamp which is 24 hours ahead in the future, so that our customer can get the time span of 24 hours to complete the payment. So first I am going to add one more day or 24 hours to the date and time at which we have received the form response. Okay, so I'm going to add one more day to this date, then I'll convert it into timestamp. Okay, so first of all, just come here. So from this date time formatter, select the action event as modify current date option. So it is going to modify the date on which you have received the form submission or the order. So click on connect here. And here it is asking for the dates format. So you can select any date format, let it be as it is. And here it is asking for the time zone. So my time zone is Asia, Kolkata. All right, and here it is asking for the operation. So I want to add one more day to the current date. So select the unit as days and put the value as 1, and then click on save and send test request. All right, and here you can see we got this date time label here like this, right? So this is the date ahead and future, one day after. So now I want to convert this date into timestamp. So just click here on this plus icon, and from this action step, search for date time formatter again. All right, and now select format date with time zone as the action event. Then click on connect. So here it is asking for the date. So I'm going to use the previous step, and I'm going to map this date time label, but you have to map the date time in this format. Okay, but we have the date in this format, so let me change the format here one more time. You have to select the date format accordingly. Select this one, this option, YYMDD, a T in between, then hours, minutes and seconds. Okay, let me click on save and send one more time. Now we got the exact date format that we can convert it into timestamp. So map this date time label now here in this date field. So just click here on this field, and from the last step, the sixth one, map the date time label like this. Okay. Here it is asking for the from format. So we got the date in this format only. So you have to select the date format in this format. You have to select this format in which you have mapped the date here. So this is the same format. No need to do anything here. And in which format you want to convert, you have to select here in this to format option. So I want to convert this date into timestamp. Here we have timestamp option selected, and select the time zone as Asia Kolkata. So my time zone is Asia Kolkata. You have to select your time zone. Okay, so I am selecting Asia Kolkata one more time. Okay, then click on save and send test request. And here we got the result label in which we got the timestamp. Now we can map this timestamp here in this field in Razorpay step, where it is here in the expiry timestamp. Okay, it is not showing the previous steps because we have added two more steps in between the steps. So now you have to refresh the connection with Razorpay. So just click on connected button, and from here keep this select existing connection option selected, and now click on save one more time and your connection will be refreshed. Okay, and now when you click here on this field, it will show you the previous steps, and from this last or seventh step, map the result label. All right, and if you want Razorpay to send a notification SMS to the customer, you can select this option. Or if you want Razorpay to send the email, you can select this option. But I want to send the email, so I'm selecting you send the email option. Okay, now we are done setting up this Razorpay step, and now you can check your you can just click on save and send test request to get the link of the payment. Just click on save and send test request here, and here you can see this is the response we have received, and in this response only you will find the link of the payment. So here is the customer ID, the description, and here is the short URL or the payment link. So let me show you the payment link here. So you can see a payment link is created for the order of the medicines. Now from here person can pay you the amount. So here you can see it is showing the payment amount as 1 rupee, but actually we have put the amount here as 100 rupees. We have put the amount here as 100 rupees, but it is showing us the amount as where it is 1 rupees, because it has added this decimal point before these two zeros. So it will happen in every payment link, guys. So you have to add 2 more extra zeros to get the corrected amount here in your payment link. So what you can do, you can just put 2 extra zeros. You can just read here, to pass to pass value of 10 rupees, you have to put 1000 here with 2 more extra zeros. So I have just added 2 more extra zeros manually here. Now let me click on save and send test request one more time to get the correct payment link. Right, so we got another short URL here. Let me show you now. And here you can see we got the corrected amount as 100 rupees. Okay, so we are done creating the payment link. Now the last thing left was to send a confirmation email with this payment link to the customer on email. So just click here, and here I am going to connect Gmail application to send that email to my customer. Now in the action event, select send email option, then click on connect. From this window, select add new connection, then click on connect with Gmail. And from this window, you have to select that Gmail account by which you want to send those emails. Okay, then click on continue from here. All right, and you can see we are getting connected with Gmail. Here it is asking for the recipient's email address. So here I'm going to map the email address of my customer from the first step. Okay, I do not want to put anyone in CC or BCC, so I'm leaving these things blank. Here it is asking for the sender's name. So you can put the name of your your firm or your business's name. So I'm putting here the sender's name as medicine store only. Okay, or you can put the name of any person as well. Here it is asking for the email subject. So the subject of this email is for sending the confirmation. So here I'm writing order confirmed for medicines. Okay, here you can select the email content type. I'm selecting plain, and here you can type the email for your customer. So I'm typing the email here. So guys, I have written this standard email for all my customers. So here you can see I have written dear, and after dear I'm going to mention the name of my customer, and here I'm going to mention the order details, and here I'm going to place the link of the payment, and also in this attachment field I'm going to attach the invoice that I have created. So I'm going to use the previous data, the data from the previous steps. So after dear, I'm going to map the name of the customer from the first step. So when you map the details here like this, what will happen with every email, the labels are going to change and the new email will be delivered with the new data. So for the medicine's name, I'm going to use the first step only. For the quantity also. For the price, I'm going to use the lookup table step. For the total amount, I'm going to use the number formatter step. And for the payment link, I'm going to use the razor pay step, where we have created the payment link. So this is the short URL. Okay. Here in the file name of the attachment, I'm going to use the Google Drive step, where we have created the shareable links. This is the file's name, and from the same Google Drive step, I'm going to map the PDF link of the file. Right. So we are done mapping the whole data. Now I can show you how the email is going to look like. By clicking on save and send test request, you can send a test email to this particular email address. So I have the access of this email address. Let me show you how the email is going to look like. So this is my demo customers inbox or test customers inbox, and here I am going to click on save and send test request, and you can see this is the response we have received here. Now let us check in the inbox if we got a new email, and we have received a new email from the medicine store, you can see, and the subject is order confirmed for medicines. And here you can see, dear demo person, thank you for your order. The order details are this: medicine's name aspirin, quantity 10, total amount is this. This is the payment link, and this is the same payment link that I have created, and here is the invoice, and you can see this is the same invoice in the PDF format that we have created and have here in the Google Drive. So this is how it is going to work, guys. So we are done setting up this automation. Now you don't have to do anything manually here. So we are done here, and you have to set up this automation only once. After that, you don't even have to touch this workflow. After that, as and when you are going to receive any order from your Google Forms, the invoice will be created automatically, and the same invoice along with the payment link will be delivered to your customer like this automatically. This workflow is going to run in the background. You don't have to do anything. Okay, so you can use the same workflow that I have created, because I'm going to paste the link of this same workflow in the description so that you can clone it in your own free Pabbly Connect account and start automating your business today.
Guys, thank you so much for watching our video, and please let us know how our automation ideas are helping you in the comment section. And if you have any queries related to this application, please ask your queries from this forum link, and do check the pricing of this application from this link. And guys, we are open to ideas. If you want us that we should make videos on other aspects of your business, please do let us know in the comment section. And if you like our work, please subscribe to our channel.